Hey everyone, it's James at geometricharts.com. It's May 23rd, about 4:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got the daily chart of Bitcoin, BTC, USD on the Bitfinex exchange. First of all, the video is not investment advice. And then second of all, I'm just going to get straight to it. Looks like Bitcoin just kind of chopping around within this range. I expect it to continue to do so. I do not think the drop is quite here yet. It looks like the market is kind of being like tied up right now. It's a lot of uncertainty which way it's going to move. There's definitely a battle going on with a lot of choppiness back and forth. One thing's for certain is clearly this, we have like the stochastics under the longer term bearish divergence line. You can see like all the indicators looking very weak, not as strong as they used to. Bitcoin makes some very powerful moves from this area. I think a best case scenario, if Bitcoin's able to do so, maybe it retests the local high, which on Bitfinex is about 83.50. If it's able to break through that, I think anything beyond that point at this level, based on the indicators, based on the volume, is going to be very short-lived. So again, one thing I've seen in this market is that toward the tail end of these runs, the market starts to run out of a lot of energy, volume starts disappearing, we start seeing a lot of washing of volume, and that's exactly what's happening here now toward the tail end of this move. We made a crazy vertical price movement. It doesn't look like it's quite done yet. Again, there's still that battle going on, but I do believe Bitcoin is headed for a pretty nasty corrective move, and I do think it's going to catch a lot of people off guard. Sentiment's still very high, very bullish. Everyone's looking for these crazy price numbers. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there. I haven't seen any articles recently, but I imagine that we're getting the 20,000 crowd back in the boat. And everyone's getting ready to pile in up here, getting ready for the next moonshot back up, just drawing one parabolic move to the next parabolic move, all the way up to 20 grand and up to 740,000. But, there's always an ebb and flow. There's always a corrective move in these markets. It's either going to come through a massive horizontal base, which is definitely not part of the cryptocurrency market, or it's going to come in a violent move. And I definitely think that violent move is looming. And it may not happen this weekend. These weekends like to get a little tight, and not much happens during them. But I do think in the next week or so, we're going to see a very nasty, violent drop in Bitcoin, and it should be enough to start to shake some players out of this market. And then from there, based on that corrective move, like I've been saying in my prior videos, if it's nothing that's completely washing out the entire move back here, right, and it's just a nice normal corrective move, and we start to head back up, then I will, I'll get a lot more bullish on Bitcoin. And I do think maybe we are starting a little bit of an uptrend, but it's going to be determined by how that corrective move is handled and how far that corrective move goes, and if it can break and actually stay above the prior local top. If that corrective move cannot do that, we're going to see some serious problems in Bitcoin. Again, this is a market that is notorious. So many times when you look back in the chart, producing these moves, they look like there's no way in the world this thing could ever stop. And it does. And it's always been a massive letdown. And it's not a fact of denial. It's just a fact. That's the way this market has been. It's been full of pumps and dumps. It's been full of people, investors, who think they're guaranteed to get rich and just throw your money into there and just blindly accept what it's going to do because Bitcoin will be at $4 million by next year. I've never seen it in any market in my entire life, right? And if Bitcoin can establish a corrective move and establish an uptrend, then that'll speak volumes for Bitcoin in the short term. But it's going to have to still get through some pretty severe hurdles that have plagued it in the past. And in the past, it has made so many convincing moves. This is like the... this is the land of hopes and dreams, and where they die just as fast as they start. So, here we are back in here, and starting to see a lot of the same red flags that popped up during each and every one of those prior pops. So, again, I can't stress the caution enough at these levels with Bitcoin. Yes, there could be a little more upside, But that corrective move will come, and it will either come as a violent drop, or we'll spend a good month or two consolidating within a range, a very choppy range, and then go from there. So anyways, that is it for tonight's analysis going into the weekend. I don't imagine much happening into the weekend, but I'll do another video on Tuesday. I'm just going to switch it to Tuesday, Thursday. I feel like, again, Tuesdays have become the day to where Bitcoin starts to kind of heat back up again. So I feel it kind of goes cold into the weekend, into about Monday, and then about Monday night, Tuesday is when things start to heat up back again. So I think a Tuesday video is better, and then the Thursday, and that way kind of a little more of a spread throughout the week. But anyways, if you do like the video, you like the content, please like, comment, subscribe, follow. I do appreciate your time. I appreciate all the comments, all the likes, everything. And again, I hope everybody has a great weekend as well too, depending on what your plans are. If you're in the States, you have Memorial Day. Wish everybody a happy Memorial Day. If you're not, enjoy time with your family and friends. And that's it. I'll talk to everybody on Tuesday.